Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are getting back into Star Rupture today, T1. I'm hoping that we can make some more progress today. We have quite a bit that we need to do, and hopefully we can get around to actually doing it. Everything load in. Okay. So, as I was thinking about this over the evening, I'm kind of wondering if the big circle is necessary in purpose. The question being is that we're going to set up... Hello, Zach. This is colliding with another building. How dare you? It's not colliding with another building. Come on. Building is too long. Oh, fuck this. Okay. Oh, it is by one spot. Annoying. Yay. So close, and yet so far. In the end, I finally got it working. Okay. So, like I was saying before, I got a little distracted there. So the idea is to have the
Would
main...
you care for a lemon drop? A what? A lemon drop. They're a kind of muggle sweet I'm rather fond of.
Cheers, Zach. So, question being, I'm going to have the majority of the facilities kind of in the center area. So, when things get pulled from the inventory, they're essentially going to come along more or less to here, kind of right about here. And then they're going to go down into the factory, come out the other side, and then we'll do the big loop. The question is this big loop on the outside even needed? Because we actually still have a little bit of room up here. In a couple of these locations. We still need to bring the Wolfram in, and we need to fix up the calcium. Oh, snap. Looking back at our recipes, I don't know if we actually need to actually have anything here. Because the only major thing that we'd be making, I think, is glass. And glass is already coming in. And glass uses helium and calcium powder. So there's a potential for us not even needing this. Hmm. We're going to hold off on this for now. We do need to get the Wolfram into place, though. Because that is going to be used. We got crystals here that need to be fixed up. So, we have the rods and stuff that come down. Is there anything that needs just the... It needs just a singular thing added to it? Create stuff? Because I think the only thing that we really need right now is making the valve. It needs the nozzles, which we're now making. The housing, the beams, and the rod make valves. So essentially, we just need to return the nozzles back into the production line and have everything pulled down and out to make the valves. Hmm. Now the valves go into stuff, but it goes into several other things, I think. So I think that works. So we have the nozzles here. The nozzles can then go back into the system. They'd have to go forward to another location to join to make valves. Do I not have to think for a valve? I thought I did. Oh, I might not have finished it. I have the blueprint, but I didn't finish everything. Aha! We need 200 of the nozzles. So, if we go grab nozzles, those two machines that we can build for the valves, and then I think that's kind of everything we can do up there. Go ahead and grab
I can use that.
those. These. Now I can make the valves. Okay. Okay. Valve. And valve. Go ahead and throw these in here. We have them. These are nozzles and beams and housing everything. So everything should run down this, oh, that doesn't quite work though. Now does it? So the rods can go, but nothing else can. Shoot. Okay. Because when the machines come through, it comes through here and it goes down and goes off that way. It's not how this is helping. Yeah, so this isn't actually as viable as I thought it was originally. And we can't just grab from here because everything goes that way. I think what we're gonna have to do not much better. I still woke up earlier today. I feel fine. I'm just waking up more than I'm kind of expecting to. So, not necessarily a bad thing, just unexplained. I kind of wish I could figure out why. I'm wanting to think that I'm maybe I'm too warm, something like that, because that's happened in the past. I've been like too warm in bed. I wake up because I'm just too warm, so I just kind of, my body just triggers like, hey, you need to like cool off or something. But I've checked like the actual temperatures and stuff like that, and I don't feel actually too warm. I feel quite comfy. So I don't know. No, okay, so I think it's actually the opposite because, you know, the idea that, you know, when you're a teenager or something, you sleep like crazy hard and then because it's kind of hard to get started in the morning and stuff like that. That was never the problem for me. I could go to sleep at any time and I would wake up at the normal time when I was younger. When I hit later 20s, it started to become a thing of like, I actually was sleeping in longer. It's weird. It feels like over many years it's swapping back and forth. So don't be faxing this. But if I don't have my facts, I won't understand things. I'm trying to talk like Jimmy Stewart. I'm failing miserably. Okay. Let's see. If I wanted to bring in the I guess the other option is that I could still do that. I just have to bring in a different function. How to make this work? Because rather than having it go there and come back this way, we just have it break off here. That means we have to change this to be a little bit of a different setup. Oh, there's a thought. We drop it down. This doesn't quite work like I thought. But maybe it can. I think we just have to move this. If I do this and have it come back up to triple like that. I can still do this. Oh, that's enough, I think. I think that works. Oh. Now, question. Can I still get under those? Physically. Nope, not really. And this one, if we raise it up... Oh, one might... Were they that high in the first place? No, they were one lower. Yeah, I think that'll work. So now, that link's there. These ones connect here. Here, it can still come off and go this direction. Okay, so the nozzles come together. Okay, these ones can split up. Everything else comes down here. That goes into making these. These are, of course, going to cause a problem, naturally. Okay, and then these have to go back in there. I think that works. Okay. In terms of power, go. Just drop this down here. Uh-huh. And there we go. Yes, the tier 3s are so quick. I love it. Okay. We can then take these, and we can build another connector here. It's not going to grab these. This and this, and these. And go that way. Back onto the system, and down she goes. Okay, I think that's everything that I need. Because, yes, now we have valves. Okay, so let's see here. In terms of platforms... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put that into 1 and 2, 6. 2, 3, 5. There we go. We then take our safety rails on here, block these off. Okay. And if this all goes well, this is all we'll need. We won't have to rework anything. It'll be all good and set up as is. Now, the plan here, having this third rail is going to be sending everything else down the line. So the rods, the some of the delivery things here that are coming out of these delivery tracks. So it's going to send the rods, and it's going to send the plates, the beams, the stabilizers, everything down that middle rail, and it'll connect up somewhere else down the line. It's on its own separate track, so it can't clog anything else once it gets there. That's the hope. The right lane is going to be taking more of the finished product down. Yeah, don't touch the third rail. Well, the third rail is going in the opposite direction, so yeah. I do like that I was able to figure out that I actually found out that that was a thing, that you could actually have them going in different directions. They don't all have to go to the same direction. Kind of nice. It does make trying to utilize that knowledge kind of odd, because
I need to survive.
then you have to plan into, like, okay, if this needs to move somewhere else, I have to make sure that I reconnect everything up at some point where it'll be helpful to have it set up as such. So, as it comes looped around, we then have this. So we still have that third rail taking the helium up. We have two rails coming down, and they're joining in with the singular rail that's coming along here. We now need to figure out, where do we put our Wolfram stuff so we can start adding Wolfram into things. We can't really use this area. The Blood Fern kind of doesn't make it viable, unfortunately. Thinking of potentially using this area here. It's very flat. It's kind of near where I have the sulfur stuff. So the sulfur and things are kind of going along here, but I have moved the sulfur production over there. So not nearly as it's not quite as necessary. I don't have to do lots of Wolfram though. I only need to get some of the tier 2/3 things made. And it's only going to be additional items, essentially, that are going to go into the main production stuff. So, looking back at this, tube and glass. Oh, yes. But yeah, we need to get the glass in. And the tubes we're making... Actually, where are we making the tubes? We're bringing tubes in. Duh. Tubes and glass come in, and those will make our applicators. We bring the synthetic silicon, the inductors, which we have to make here, and the stators. So the inductors are the tubes, wolfram wire, and ceramics. Tube and ceramics are coming in, so we need to make wolfram wire. The turbine is taking titanium rods, which we're making, heat-resistant sheets we're bringing in, wolfram plates we have to make, and the stabilizer, which we're bringing in. And those together make the impellers. And the impellers then go into the turbines. So wolfram plate, wolfram wire. We're bringing the rotors in. We just created the valves. We need to make the electronics, which is going to be taking the inductors and stuff. Okay. The hardening agent takes the sulfuric acid, the silicon, and the applicators, and that makes hardening that right. We have the pressurized helium. The supermagnet takes the wolfram plates. So wolfram plates and wires are really all we need to make. So not a whole lot. Enough that we actually do that really simply. So,
Dehydrated.
I am indeed dehydrated. And now I'm good. The Nutrigel is amazing. That one thing and I'm done. Okay. We're also very low on the on our building materials. We're gonna have this as part of the production area. We could use that as a later piece. Okay, so looking back at this, the electronics actually need the inductors. So if we change these, change these to inductors, and these to chemicals. Well, I guess it doesn't matter in the long run, and having it one over the other, eh. See, it's not the chemicals they had. It was the electronics. There we go. Okay. I'm just hoping that this is going to be fast enough that's not going to cause like major clogs. That's really my biggest concern. I don't think we're going to have that problem, but you never know. Okay, so what was I going to do? What was it? Oh, yes. I was going to go get more building materials. Did I have any in here in storage? No. But I did have wire and plates
What I need.
and this wolfram stuff, which we can use in the production. We might not have any need for this powder stuff. If that's the case. I think these still need to go somewhere, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Tubes are going to get used. The applicator is going to get used. Okay. So. I guess the big question is, where do we bring the wolfram in from? I guess the wolfram is not bad having it down at down here, because we just grab more wolfram and it just feeds into the system. Rather than have it going through the entire system, which is going to be getting rather clogged up by all the tier 3s getting made. So. While we're up here, let's go ahead and grab this here. There's our cave.
need to survive.
But actually, that works out perfectly. Because we build a cargo thing here. We just feed some of this into this area. Just like that. Okay. Name this one. Sending. This is T for Wolfram. Wolfram ore. Let's be very specific. Wolfram ore. It's Wolfram ore. It needs to be powered. Oh, is that a single rail there? Oh, gross. Gross. No. That will not do. No. Let's get that fast. There we go. Okay. I guess the next thing to consider is, do I put down storage to put in the ore, and then have it go do I have it go into a storage thing and then go into the machines, or just have it go into the machines? Because I'm going to be actually grabbing a lot of this stuff to add into the list here. Okay, cargo received. I think putting it sideways would not be a bad idea. Kind of like right there. That'll be fine. Okay, so this is now our receive. T4 from ore. Make the connection. I wish I could stick the ore in there just as is. Okay. Now. Like I said, we need to get the wire and plate. We need the wolfram plate for the super magnets and for the impellers. And we need the wire for the inductors. Probably have an half, if I had to guess. We just do both of them. That's not a bad thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and just to be safe, we do a big one. That'll bring in basically all the wolfram that we need between productions. That way it can start receiving more as it's laying out bunches more. Yeah, I think that works. So here, and right to here. Aw, it looks like it's giving the storage a hug. Okay. We then can take a triple here. We're going to spread it out to the smelters. I want to do a set of 4, I think. Not enough resources. Oh, I never grabbed more building material.
Ruptura activity detected.
We need to go back anyway.
And finding a safe place.
That back over here. Building materials.
Data collected.
Hey, just a little bit more. Timer's gonna trigger about now. Stack that and that. Back inside. Now, is there anything we can actually start making? No. More or less, yes. Same. Close.
Ruptura's eruption has started.
And same. Okay.
Prepare for impact. Star rupture has started. Hide.
I'm hiding.
Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
That's actually really cool looking at the sun. Looking at the star. I don't think I've actually done that before. Huh. There we go. I think all the ash comes up and kind of occludes the sun, occludes the star.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
I think that's happening there, essentially. Okay. Run back out to where we were. Okay. Would you lower these machines down? We probably could. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, but I can't put them that close. Maybe. Hang on. Yeah. One of these. Forward a step. There we go. Really should be upping you up about how pretty it looks, but gosh darn it, I can't help myself. I can't do this. Too close to each other. Interfere. And look how silly that is. That works, though. works. That works. Let's see. Back up we go. Wolfram. Wolfram bars. We have 4. Okay. This one, we're going to change to Wolfram Ore. Okay, that works. Now, if I do the machines, the level 2 fabricator. This one can do plate. It needs powder. Okay. But not for the wire. Okay. I guess that doesn't matter because if I do a furnace over here, furnace can do powder. I don't need power. I don't need powder otherwise. I'll have to make this work. If I wanted to have the higher production, then I need to have powders being used. Okay, so we can get the wire being made. It's gonna need another step to get the plate being made. Now, when doing the level 2 furnace, it just needs the bars. Okay, so that works. I wonder if we actually kick out the powder this way and have it come back over here instead. So we can have just these fabricators that then roll on out to the... Well... It actually would be a little cleaner. And it's easy enough to make that work. Okay, so... Okay, so we leave those there for the time being. We then grab the level 2 furnace. Okay, so we need the... Oh, but hang on a second. The level 2 needed 2 things to make the wire. It needed the powder and the bars, I think. So... Get a rail connected here. Size are up. Hatch like this. Here. And here. Go here. Then the bars can come from all the machines. Well, 2 of them actually can feed the powder. Get the materials for the thing here. So, wire, and the bars, and the powder. Okay.
The Raptura is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
Okay. So, now we have powder. The building's not stable, it's too high. Blah, 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 blah. But it can't be that close again, because we have to bring it from the furnace back over. We need to do another. We'll fit it over here.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Nice. Okay, so now we have all the bars and stuff feeding into here. And then we can feed the powders. Do we want to do it that way? Let's not do it that way.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, I can't set it up like the. At least not that way. We do want to do that, but in a different setup. Phone is charged. Well, yeah, that actually isn't necessary because we're only bringing the powder back over to one of the machines. It doesn't need to go to both. So that actually does not matter ultimately in the end. We actually don't need to do that. That needs to stay there. Bum, 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 bum. You know what? We'll go with that. Unless I can really think of another problem, because we're going to be making kind of like the same amount of each. So it's actually not that bad. I think we do need to put that out a little forward, a little more. There like that. Okay. That needs to be the wire. That needs to be the plate. Wonderful. Then take this. That. Okay. None of this is powered. None of this is hooked up to the system. So, that's our next little bit. I did wish I had a setup of some sort that would do a... Would mark things out a little. Building is too long. Let's go ahead and put it there. Stop a touch. That. Okay. Nothing needs to come into this area. We just need to have a connection to have it come out. More space I can get out of it, the better. Okay. We're gonna have two things come out of here. I think we'll attach them to our middle rail. Problem is, multiple things go along the middle rail. Because middle rail here is already taken up. I think I need to change that. Because right here, it splits. The middle rail goes off to go feed into the pressurized helium. So I guess we're making another triple rail. It's going to feed back into the system. And we can have it feed into that spot. That one right there. So it's still getting into the system, it's just coming down a different rail. Okay, so let me think. If we did... If we broke this out into... No? I also have the issue that I need to add more of these things in. I think that's what we're going to use this area for. All the other delivery things. Because it's going to be feeding to that power source. Which is going to do nothing else. We build where we can here. And we feed it into the lines. We could put more power out here. True. Let's do a quick check here with these supported platforms. Where can we build and where can we not? Nope. go ahead and lock our elevation. We don't want to change elevation. Let's see. We brought in 2 up there out of the 8? Yeah. So we need room enough for 6. Okay. From that point on, we're kind of out of the danger areas, except for here. Okay. My biggest concern is having everything on a singular rail that's going to cause problems overall. Man, I wish this was a push system rather than a pull system. I feel like these rails would be far more efficient. Okay, so we're going to have a triple rail. That even reach the next one? Let's remove that one. Put another triple here. So we also got to feed these guys in too. Okay. I guess at this point, when we bring things in, we have to make room in some way to add them into the set. Let's go ahead and start laying out our additions here. Bum, 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 bum. I guess we're gonna have to do more power. Because we can't really fit anything else in here. Yeah, the power is not going to be nearly as bad. And we are going to need quite a bit of power to get all the machines running. So, yeah, this makes sense. We'll keep those there because we fill out the space, essentially. When bringing things into the lines... I think everything's going to come into a single line, and we can bring in other stuff. Yeah, okay. I think that's how we're going to make that work. We're gonna have a bottleneck, but maybe we can stagger out the bottleneck. Okay, we're bringing things into this line. We need to then have an attachment that's going to bring them in. In a staggered way. What's the difference there? That's a split of... Yeah, that works. We have these connect up. Oh, not like that. Really. All come together. They all then feed into a singular line. The new stuff we bring in is going to get added in via 2 rails. This. And the rest we can add for power. Not enough food resources. Okay. Bring those in. We then take these. All the way over here. Darn it all. Sometimes these are so finicky. Okay, we're going to have 2 new items coming in. The plates and the wire. They're going to join in somewhere along here. I'm going to do the same thing. Up. So we can put it there for the time being. Go ahead and run all over there. Eventually this will go away. I don't want to waste the sulfuric acid. Okay, so we have that. We have another trip like this. Triple into one. That feeds in like that. Feeds in like that. See. That's right. That's when we ran out of stuff. Applicator, electronics, inductor, turbine. Turbine, valve.
Gotcha.
I think that's the one thing that I don't that's the double-edged sword about having everything conducting electricity when it all connects together. Is that one, it makes it so then everything is connected, so you can set up, you know, separate areas for power and things like that if you want. But the other problem is that if you build something and you take all the power, everything goes offline. There's no barrier of some sort that kind of says like, hey, you only part of your factory shut down or something. I mean, it does make it go like, oh yeah, definitely want to fix it now. But it's kind of like, can't I just have just like a certain area rather than not, you know? That works. I like that. Okay. We've yet to decide what these ones are going to be. We'll hold off on them for the time being. The zip line. Yeah, we're gonna wait on the zip line as well.
Dehydrated.
Getting so dehydrated so quickly, man. Okay. I'm thinking that we potentially have another triple rail. So we have 4 rails that we can work off of. That might be a little bit more functional. I want to see if we can even make that work. Then we could have, yeah, so we can have multiples of the rail coming along. We have 3 rails right now. That. Oh, and you know what? We can do that too. We're going to use the sulfuric acid up at some point. Go ahead and just put it there. Ah, I can't put it in there. That's me. How dare you deny me? That works. Close enough. We can make that line turn into something else. Maybe the final production line. When things are going back from this area and back into the reserves and stuff. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Let's see. It's colliding with something. Oh, there. Good. Should work. Go. Move you. Oh, this is gonna get so busy. Okay. And that can't go all that way. Do like that. Continue onward. Man, this is already kind of bewildering with doing doing 3 rails on a post. What are we gonna do when we get around to 5? Oy. Well, 5 might actually be kind of fun because then we can actually split them down into like certain ones going left and certain ones going the other, so we can have kind of like 2-way roads essentially. It would be a 5-lane road, 2 going one way, 1 going the other, and the middle one not used, or used and going one of the directions. So, okay, and then from there, that continues on. To here. All right. Hook up there. Okay, got that back in the system. Okay, because that will then grab those, and they'll come this way.
I'm detecting increased Ruptura activity. Prepare for a wave.
I just want to get this done. Okay, we're gonna gamble a little bit here. See if we can get this going. There. There. Last one. That. And then we can have a... back one. Raised up. Like that. And all that connects into here. Ta-da! Which means stuff probably comes down from the mountain now. Yep, looks like there's stuff going along. Nice. Anyway, let's get inside.
Raptura's core is unstable. Head to safety immediately. Extreme temperature detected.
Ah, you don't say. We throw anything more into the per plant recipes? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we've grabbed everything per plant related. Yeah, so is there anything we can just straight up craft the per plants into? Should be able to.
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Nice. Okay, and look at that. Here they come. We got our valves, we got our nozzles. Fabulous. I love it. They're just zooming. Zooming right along. Now, I don't remember if the nozzles or the valves go into... Well, I know the valves. Do the nozzles go into anything recipe-wise here that we need? Continue onward? Not really the nozzles, no. The nozzles do go into other stuff that we have to make. It's alive. Yes. Well, we've got the fingers wiggling. Yes, but we are slowly getting our way around getting things. Yes. So now we're making nozzles. It's such a weird word, nozzle. Say it too many times and it starts losing its meaning. It's weird. Anyway. So, now... Kind of fun to see these rails just kind of zooming along. Whoop! Okay. So I think that's all powered. So these will all be making these machines? Let's see. We need to do a platform thing. We'll have it stop. That works. We can then do another zip line here. Well, if it's attached like that, and then we can do the zip line here. Attach here. Here. Go this way. Of course the building's not stable. They're just making it float in the air. If that's unwritable, means we need to get this one high. As high as we can get it. Okay, and we'll set that there. Okay. We have our Wolfram. It's all powered. These all hooked up. Looks like it. Okay. Outer's there. This stuff. Yay. Okay, that's all going to feed into that system when we pull the trigger. What's our battery, what's our power looking like anyway? Oh, we got plenty. We got plenty. We're only pulling about just over 1,400, and we've got enough for 1950. Great. Let me see. We're going to also stop here at some point. We also need to have a walkway over here. Actually check on the machines themselves. Let's go ahead and do a extendable walkway over to there. Like that. Beautiful. So, let's go ahead and add another thing up there, like this. Just so we can walk around the machines a little easier. That works. Okay, we'll start with that one. Okay, so now this is all checked out. This is all good. We got the rail going along. Yes. We need to hook up back up there so then we have a full circuit of the zip line.
Ruptura status stable. Arcadia status stable.
Comes up this way. Comes around to here. We're gonna have it connect here. You say you're unwritable? Oh, come on. There you go. Okay. From here.
Dehydrated.
Already dehydrated? What the heck? Okay, this is getting a little silly. Give me a moment here.
Acquired.
Grab some of these hydro bulbs.
I need to survive.
Star tears. Okay. That's a little better. Okay, all the way back up. goes. Okay. We want to drop back down. Gotta be over here. So. Whee! Stop here, and there, and connect up. Hey, look at that. We have a full circuit now. Nice. There we go. So now we can ride this whole thing in a big circuit. And then it says it's unwritable. Aha! There we go. Okay, so we now can start working on a couple things, I think. We need to bring in more of the... Yes, we need to bring in more of the ingredients, more of the materials. We can get started stuff starting to build. In terms of power, where are my zones, Katia City? Okay, so this one is only at 400. This one's at 8. Okay, so we can't do anything in this area except for, like, at the beginning. We can't really do anything else here. That includes over here, unfortunately. That's 400. That's 600. Okay, so if I do add anything to the here, I'm gonna have to add the base enhancement pieces, whatever they are, that raise the core up, so I don't overheat it. As for this area, I guess what we need to have added, actually, is some of the stuff that is just coming over by itself that needs to then come in through the system. And so, yeah, if we put the other cargo ones here and have them add into the line, that'll work. Okay. We could fit how many on there? 2, 3, all 6, I think. I think we can fit everything we need onto there, which is great. Okay. Oh, are these ones up? Ah, boo. Y'all are a little too tall. Okay. I think we're gonna have to raise the zip line along here. If we feed him in through here, then we have to break down. Whoa, what was that? That was weird. We're going to feed in another multi-rail. It's going to go about there. I'll come up to where those are. Like that, I guess that works. Okay, we already have the camels coming in. Here, let me look at these. Connection to what? Ceramics, glass. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5. That actually needs to move over and move forward one. Oh, hang on. Before we do that, do this instead. Like that. Then remove this one. And we're going to do the sort of stuff like this. Here. Off. Goes there. Then those all connect. These. Oh, hang on a second. that will connect like that. And then I want to keep, I think I want to keep 2 of these. So if I do... Oh, I know what to do. I think. Do I know what to do? Oh, I think I'm clueless here. Let's see. Oh, I think that's what I need. Let me do another one of these. Have it be right about there. We can have this one separate a little bit, connect in, like so, and then these ones can just continue on like normal. Okay, I think that works. Let's see. Stuff needs to be brought in. Stuff that's more important, I think, it's going to be the silicon and the pipe. So let's bring in pipes. We are receiving T4 pipe. We are receiving T4 silicon. Oh, I did need 4. I do need another one. Yeah, because we had 9 things that we were bringing. Okay. So, now we're getting the pipes in, silicon in. We need the glass. T4, let's see, receiving T4 glass. Receiving T4 ceramics. The rotor. T4 receiving T4 rotors. Stators. Valor, Honor, Abuator. Receiving T4 Stator. Wonderful. So we got those set up. They're now joining into the realm of stuff here. Well, that's not gonna work. Let me do a little shifty here. Oh, yeah, I have to fix that anyway because I'm going right across my line. Why wants to? Oh, for Pete's sakes! Ugh. Go ahead and stick it out just a little further. Probably will help. Like that. That'll do. Because then, that has enough room to do the curve. There we go. That works. I don't think we're going to actually have to stop at this station at all. So I think we just need to fix our zip line setup. And we'll be golden here. Oh, but this has to be higher up. Hmm. Why do you say it's too sharp? It's a silly thing. I guess I just have to put another one in here. Just so we can get around the corner. I'm gonna have to do a little setup here. Okay. Go. There we go. Now it's working. Question then, do I get yanked off if I go this way? Do I hit the rails? Nope. Okay, good. I do want a way to get back up here. I don't think I can put I don't think I can put a thing of a ladder here. Can I? Can. Let's go ahead and add that and a ladder just so we can get back up. Needs to. That work. Okay. Oh, stop right there. Okay. So far, this is working. Okay, so we added all the new stuff in. And by somewhat staggering it, I'm hoping that when I actually start making things in the production lines, it's not going to be a giant, horrible mess. Whether it will be or not is a whole nother story. Okay. I think the first thing I need to do is I need to make applicators. So I have applicators able to come through the system. So let's see. To make applicators, we need to have the tubes and glass go into a fabricator. So, while we're over here, where's our line and where can we go with it? Because we're going to have a central line that we take things down. That needs to go somewhere. So, let's see. Okay. Need normal fabricators because those ones can't do anything. Okay. Now, out of the applicators, what other things need the applicators? Because depending on how many I am making, will determine where else we go with this. Okay, applicators go into the hardening agent. And nothing else. So for the speed that we need, we'll do 2. because these machines are just slower in general. So, if we can kind of have them go over that, kind of go over that drone thing, I think. Height-wise, what are we looking at? Probably there. Okay. Applicator. That's where we can throw our glass in. So we have it. Okay, so now we have applicators. We need to get some rails set up here. There and there. Okay, so these are our applicators. These will then collect. Come back out. Okay, the next thing we need to make is the electronics. Electronics need the inductors. So we actually need to make the inductors first. The inductors require the tubes, wolfram wire, and ceramics. And it's done in a furnace. So we'll grab the furnace. And it's not going to be that furnace. It's going to be a normal furnace. I need more building materials. Back we go. That'll work.
Dehydrated.
Use those. Now we have a quick way to get back up. Okay. Next thing we need to do are the inductors. We're doing furnaces. Okay. I wonder. I did a multi-rail. What I would like to do is to have things go out, and then join back into the system further down the line, so we don't have nearly as much crunch. I'm kind of wondering how we can do that. Because if we had the line that was a line like this, so then when things need to split off, they could to a machine, but they would, for the most part, keep going. Here comes the glass. There's the tubing. And in it goes. Furnace. The next one. Now, when it comes out, you need to figure out how to. Now, I think that's what I was doing. I was trying to figure out how to get this stuff to come out and come back to the system without it being a whole big stink. I think what I could do then is if I did this. If I had it going up. One second. If I had this staying up kind of high. High enough that the rail could come back in. On a different line.
Ruptura activity detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
Oh, you're being so persnickety. I'm not getting more valves in, so I'm wondering if we've got an issue of logistics. So we should be getting more valves.
Ruptura's eruption has started. Prepare for impact. Star rupture has started. Hide. Warning. The planet is being incinerated. planetary temperature returning to normal.
Okay, let's go figure out why our valves have stopped. I'm going to assume that something I made. Is not. Something's not being created up here. So let's see. Okay. The rods. Why aren't the rods coming through? Oh, I think I know why. Because these aren't connected. That's why. That would explain that. Our rods are here. And they're not connected. That makes perfect sense. Okay, let's get that fixed. The reason why I got valves is because I already put a bunch of rods into the machines. I have it go just right into the system like that. It looks like it. Off you go, so good sirs. Off you trot. Swing around. Come back down. They go into here. And they're running again. There we go. Okay, this here we need to change a little bit, because this won't do. This and into there like that. There we go. Okay, so we're getting more of the applicators done. Good. Let's get back to what we were doing, which was trying to figure out the system. Okay. We have them all come together, and then we need to split off things. So, I guess what I was thinking of is that we would be able to alternate between each one. So the next one that comes off the line would be the middle one, and that splits off to the next area. And we alternate them as they go. I think that would work. Just requires me to think it through a little bit. Okay, so the next one would be then the middle one. And that needs to split off. Let's all go this way. Like that. But does that interfere with this one? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it can keep going, even though that's horribly broken. Here, let's do this. And this. rid of this. These ones up instead. Same height. Here to here. Change this and see if we can make this work. We have it sweep down like that. That just look like, I mean, it looks ridiculous, but it's a little better. Hmm. Let's rewind this a little bit. Because I guess what we could do is we also have more area here. Hang on. Put one of these things. Yeah. So as of right there, that's all powered. And this is powered, but I'm going to probably have to do a little bit of port bonuses. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see Zach go head offline. Shoot, it's been like an hour. Sorry about that, Zach. I didn't mean to ignore you. He leaves at about 8 o'clock my time, so he sometimes leaves early depending on how his work goes. So let me see. If I move this over a little bit. I know. Yeah, take that into there. That works. Back to working. And then have this material come out. If we can then move a rail modular in. Build our furnace. Under there like that. Furnace is going to be making our inductors. Go ahead and split this. Let's make these platforms.
Raptura is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
Okay. And then I guess what we can do is do a... particular thing here. Zoom. We take another one of these. You scoot it forward.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a problem like that. Though, if we had these higher up, it could be kind of like that. There's a thought. Okay. And in comes the tubes and the ceramics and the stuff. Uh-oh. What happened with our tubes? Oh, I think they're coming along. I think. They should be, anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, here they are. Okay. Seemed like a whole lot of tubes. Hmm. Oh, we are getting lots of valves, though, so... Okay. Let me look at the recipe for tubes again. It's rod and sheets. I think a lot of the tubes are being made up here. They're going right to the valves. So once the valves are full, we don't need to worry about it anymore, essentially. I think that's what's happening. The nozzle's being made here. One moment here. Let me just take a look here at our previous area. Okay, things are getting made. Things are getting made. Yeah, the tubes are completely gone. Okay. Uh-oh. Something jammed up. Because they're trying to get the... Mm-hmm. Yes. There we go. Okay. Well, we got started. Feels like we're going to be struggling a little bit to get some of this stuff done. After the inductors, we're then making the... We're making the electronics, which also take the furnace. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work here as well. We'll do this, and then we'll finish up for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this window so we can start to cool down a little bit. Excuse me. I know. Okay. So it splits off. There. Oh, that's how we make that work. How we're going to get the alternation going. We break this one. This shifts over. Like that. And this one. And this one shifts over like that. Let's do this instead.
Dehydrated.
Okay, so third one goes into second one, goes into first one. Third one goes into first one. I did that backwards. That one peels off and does that one. So now that one's first. The middle one's not used. Yes, we're doing that one there to that one. I think that's it. This one goes in the second one. And this goes into the first one, I think. I think that's right. So if we follow the first line, so if we follow the rows, kind of how we set them up here. Okay, that, come on. Okay, so the first one goes, so third one goes over. These two shift over. That one goes next. This one comes up and becomes the third one.
Dehydrated.
One keeps going. That one goes to the next line.
Huh. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do for tonight. I think I've gotten the groove of something, but if I keep going, I'm just going to keep playing. So, let's go ahead and end it there for the time being. Anything material-wise I could throw in here? No, we haven't gotten the chemicals yet. We could throw in some pumps. Oh, well, we can throw in the valve, yeah. But, nothing else quite. So, yeah, we're gonna hold it off for right there for right now. So, let's go ahead and do a save. I think I'm getting some. I think I found something. Because if I keep alternating like that, potentially I still have a rail going along that things can go traveling when they need to, where they need to. So I think that's going to work. Anyway. Whew. Bring this back up again. Okay. We're slowly making our way there. Yeah, we are slowly making our way there. I think we need to figure something out about the resources. I think I'm still doing this a little wrong because I'm not ramping up the production on some of the materials. And I think the recipes just get bigger and bigger at this point. So I might be shooting myself in the foot setting them up like this. I'm hoping that isn't the case, but I don't know. For some reason, I keep thinking it's probably not. So probably not going to work out the way that I'm hoping that it will be. We certainly are going to need to have more in the way of tubes, so maybe I need to go back and do, at a minimum, update the rails in the previous factory. I'm not sure. I hate the thought of having to start from scratch every time. Maybe I don't have to. But as of right now, I don't think I'm getting the best out of what I could be using. I do have the ability to make more tubing up at the top. I just need to figure out a system of how to get it through. Because I have to take the... Because I have to take the plates and the... I have to take the plates and the rods... I would have to feed them in somehow. So maybe we'll do that next time whenever I get onto this game. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Honestly, I know it's a long shot, but hear me out. If you have any tips on doing production like this, by all means, do so. Sound off in the thing. Sound off in the comments and stuff on YouTube. What I think I need to do is that I need to go back up there to the titanium area, and I need some place to make more tubes, because I think we're just not getting enough right now. So what we're making right now, we're supplementing what we need. But yeah, I think we're going to be struggling a little bit with the tubes. We'll have to see. Yeah, we are just going to have to see, because just to get one thing going, you have to set up so many previous machines. The scalability seems kind of off for me, honestly. So I have to figure something like out. Tomorrow night we're going to get back into Mindustry. I have not touched it since our last playtime last Thursday. Excited to get back into it again. We're on a new area. We're getting the plastinium going. We're getting thorium gathered up. So this is going to be an interesting level to kind of build things up, having to build up our defenses, getting multiple lines of defense up, more or less, in a way that we can get, that we can kind of defend against everything that's going to start coming our way. Hopefully we can do that, and then afterwards we will work on kind of making the tar fields a big production facility to make far more in the way of our materials. Because we're going to be using far more of that stuff from here on out. So, anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the Star Rupture stuff. If you're not, sorry, maybe the Mindustry stuff will be a little bit more to your liking. At some point, I would like to get around to doing something like Satisfactory. Oh boy, that's going to be crazy. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. I will see you guys in the next stream, and until then, take care.